My name is Katie O'Neill. I go to Stewartsville Middle School from Greenwich Township School District. And currently, I'm in school 5 days a week in person, half days, and the other option is to be virtual all week.
Lisa Monatel. I go to Bowdoin Middle School, and I go to school in person 5 days a week with half days, with an option of remote.
I'm Adam DaCosta. I go to North Warren Regional School District in Blairstown, New Jersey. I go to school 4 days a week with the option of being fully virtual.
My name is Samantha Hickey, and I go to Harmony Middle School at Harmony Township. And my school is currently full person remote with a couple classes online, and you have the option to be virtual.
The hardest adjustment has been not being able to interact with other students as we learn, like in group projects or like lab assignments, that hands-on work.
The hardest adjustment for me was having extracurricular activities being canceled or reduced.
Personally, the hardest adjustment for me has been the getting rid of like the social aspect of school more. So not really being able to switch classes or have any after school in-person clubs.
The biggest challenge for me was the fact that being in a virtual environment, being at home, you don't have you can do your work whenever you want, and it's not as organized and clear cut as it would be if you were in school and there were set and you just went from one classroom to the next, and
One positive from the experience was my time management skills, because we've had all different kinds of classes at different times, and it's just been it just has improved my time management skills, and I think I could use that in the future.
I think a positive from this experience for me has been learning how to do things virtually on a Zoom like this, because although I would rather do things in person, there are smaller things that we could do more frequently, like as a school on a Zoom.
For me, the biggest positive aspect of learning virtually is the fact that I have to now be responsible for holding myself accountable when it comes to organization and staying on track and getting things done and time management. And I think it has helped me in that way.
I think it was definitely depends on the kid. So because our school has both the 5 day and virtual option, I think it was beneficial for a lot of kids who maybe they struggle with the social aspect of school. So being able to go virtual was more comfortable for them. But then the kids that do like the social aspect of school were able to go into school 5 days a week and see people.
There's definitely people who thrived during this time being virtual, getting to be independent in their studies, which helped their grades get better. But for other people who are more dependent on the teacher's help, I feel as if like their grades went down and they didn't feel like they had to do their work or submit it in time.
So just from what I've heard among my peers, it seems like there are a lot of kids who have just fallen behind and aren't doing so well when it comes to keeping track of their assignments. And there wasn't, but I was surprised there didn't seem to be much of an improvement with that, even when the hybrid model began. So that's just what I've heard.
Okay.
While there were some students in my school that have been struggling with turning in homework on time and attending classes, most of us have been adjusting to it fairly well. Most of us have been keeping track of everything, keeping us organized, been doing fun activities, and everyone has been participating.
My language arts teacher, Miss Singh, stood out to me the most. She always made sure to interact with us every day and explains every assignment before she assigns them. And she understands how hard it is during Corona, and she also challenges us, but also rewards us with treats every time we do good.
The teacher that stood out to me the most was definitely my math teacher, Mrs. Yu. The COVID-19 and us having to go into virtual learning, she did not let that stop her, and she still did her absolute best to make sure that she provided us with enough counsel and enough she's always done a very good job of making sure that we thoroughly understand the material.
While there are many teachers that stood out to me, Miss Smith, my language arts teacher, has mainly stood out to me. She is extremely organized. She prepares daily lesson plans, engages us in debates / discussions daily, and has made the transition just fun yet educational.
I think a teacher that's stood out to me, not only me, but also my classmates, is my social studies teacher, Mr. Hopkins. It's his first year teaching. So he's been able, because he's younger, he's been able to relate to us, which is always great. And he also teaches social studies, which is a subject that can be very boring very quickly, and he keeps it exciting. And he also like really teaches if we mess up on an assignment, he will return it with guidelines so that you can fix your answers and get points back instead of just putting a grade in the grade book. I think something I definitely want my high school teachers to know is that I work hard and I try. I would never want to, get a bad grade or maybe forget an assignment. And I would never want a teacher to think that I was doing that because I didn't care about their class or because I just simply didn't feel like it. It could have been, I didn't understand it, and I always want them to know that. And I never want a teacher to think that I don't care about their class.
I would like my teacher to know that I like to be challenged, and I would rather have a challenging workload rather than an easy one.
What I would like my high school teachers to know is that I always try my best to put as much effort as possible into my assignments. And while it can take me a while to grasp certain concepts, in general, I am a pretty fast learner, and I like being challenged.
I'd like my high school teachers to know that I'm a hard worker and I really care about my grades in my future. And I really like to volunteer and help out the class when I can. And I'm a better worker when it's handwritten and hands-on rather than a video to be taught.
So I don't have anything completely set in stone, but I do have a basic plan for what I believe I would like to do and what path I would like to take in the future. I'm planning on going to a community college before I go to a university because just for financial purpose. And I'm planning on getting a job as soon as possible to save up for college. And I think I would like to get a degree in zoology at an in-state school somewhere in New Jersey.
I know when I'm older, I'd like to become an engineer. I'd like to go to a really good college, like maybe MIT, that's my goal. And I'm also going to do community college beforehand.
Or generally, I just want to learn just as a person and grow, and I want to be able to be independent and provide for myself. And as far as career goes, I'm not sure on anything specific. I was looking into something in the medical field and majoring in biology and just anything where I could help other people.
My future goals is to become valedictorian in my high school, earn a medical degree, and become a well-renowned surgeon.